Yo, what's good, people? I have no idea if this is working or not, honestly. But this is a test. This is a test. We are testing out some live streaming, of course. And I hope I don't leak anything, I'm not gonna lie. I've never done this before, so I am gonna move this to the first screen. Okay, that worked fine. I will definitely need to put my other monitor somewhere for this to work perfectly. Otherwise, I cannot see the chat. If there is a chat. Right now, there isn't because it's just me, but it's fine. Right? It's fine. But let me actually go on YouTube and check if this is actually working properly. YouTube.com. Cyberwox Academy. Is it live? Oh yes, it is live. Okay, sweet. Did I say okay, sweet? I don't see it yet. Okay, yep, I see it. I guess it's so far behind. It's fine. What we're gonna be looking into, at least for now, is pathfinding.cloud, which is Datadog's recent release. Let's see if I can open the publication here. Pathfinding Labs. They released 100 plus intentionally vulnerable AWS environments, mostly for AWS pentesting and privilege escalation. As you can see, some of the items have like one hop, and then some have two hops, and then some have three hops. We will be building up gradually one hop. They have a setup guide that has 6 recommendations that you should start with, and then once you're comfortable, you can move on from there. I am fairly comfortable with AWS pentesting, so I would still go over the first 6 with you guys once we start actually hacking away at this. And then eventually you'll find those that are interesting to what. But this was by Seth Art. Shout out to Seth. Shout out to Datadog. They do a lot of incredible work with cloud security research and stuff like that. So earlier this year, we launched Pathfinding Cloud, a catalog of AWS IAM privilege escalation techniques. It gives defenders, red teamers, and tool builders a shared reference for many ways one AWS principal can obtain the permissions of another. So there's the labs, which are just vulnerable instances that you can launch in your own cloud environment, which means you have to have AWS setup. They have 3 ways to do this. Let's look at the setup guide. Where is the setup guide? If we do labs here, right? Generally, this is the library, so you could just use this for your own hacking if you have specific permissions and you want to see how to escalate, right? If you're doing a pen test or whatever the case may be, you could just look up these permissions. You're like, oh, I have batch submit job. You could look into this and see how you can escalate your permissions based off of that, etc. So this is just the catalog of privilege escalation routes you could take a look at. And then there's the labs. Let's go back to the home and do the labs. There's the setup guide somewhere. Here's the view guide. And it tells you what you need, 1 or more AWS account. In doing the labs that have the single hop or the double hop, maybe 3 hops, it could still be in the same AWS account, but if it's going to be cross account, you're going to need more than 1 AWS account, which you can just create an org and create 3 or the amount of AWS accounts required for that specific scenario. I already have some of this set up, but I might have to go over setting this up just for those that may not be familiar with how to do it. So generally the setup guide is on their GitHub. It gives you the different options. If you can, if you want to do option A, one account, you can do a bunch of, let me rephrase that. If you want to do option A, you can do a lot of the labs with just option A. I think you just have to initialize an account, set up an account with credentials, and name the profile PL prod. And then you do the plabs in it. Plabs is their tool, which they built specifically for this. It is referenced here. You can install it. Plabs, whatever you want to call it. So you need to install that. You can install it via brew, and then you just plabs in it once you have this AWS profile. This profile set up with CLI credentials. Cool, right? And then option B is 2 or 3 accounts. If you have 3 accounts, you'd have to set up 3 different profiles, prod, dev, and ops. And I think they have specific names. I don't think you can just use any names if you're going to be doing these labs, because the ones with the multiple hops and cross-account stuff probably reference these specific names of accounts, prod, dev, and ops, which you'll find in a lot of organizations already. And then 2 or 3 accounts starting from a single account. For this option to work, your initial account can not already be managed by an organization. Okay, so you might have your organization, and then the initial account should be outside of that organization, independent of that entity. If you want the full multi-account setup but don't have the accounts yet, we have a setup guide still in this repo. They have a different setup guide, which is cool. So maybe I don't have to go over this, but maybe you could at some point. Right now I'm just testing out the stream, honestly, seeing how this works. And then configure IAM identity center with SSO profile. Set up a local identity center with admin access to all 3 accounts and configured. Why are we doing all 3 accounts if then we need a 4th account that's outside? So is it 3 accounts in an org and then a 4th account that starts outside the org? I'm not too sure what they mean by this. Your initial account cannot already be managed by an organization. I guess you create... Your initial account cannot already be managed by an organization. I guess they're just showing you how to create everything from scratch. And by creating everything from scratch, you are then creating an org. And to create that org, you can't use an account managed by another org, I guess is what they mean. Sure. But the first scenario is this scenario. Run these 6 labs in order. Self-escalation via IAM. Is that what that said? Yeah, self-escalation via IAM, attach user policy. This is like the easiest. You see this in every AWS pen testing item. Bruh, this boring. But let's see what they actually talk about here. Your objective is to learn how to exploit a privilege escalation vulnerability that allows you to move from the PL prod IAM 008 to admin starting user. So starting node is this user, and then target node is IAM. Type IAM user, type SSM parameter. Flag location is pathfinding labs flags. Where would this be? Is this on like a host? Considering it's using SSM? Maybe. An EC2 instance? I don't know. I am recording. Okay, I'll be out in a second. Okay, dinner is ready. The wifey is calling my name to go eat. So, I think this is the end of the demo, honestly. I just want to see how this works. This was just an impromptu stream because we are getting some stuff ready for you guys. So, soon enough, I'll be back with a Can you see that? That's the thing my wife uses for her wigs. But soon enough, I'll be back with setup guide. I think we might do it live, maybe not. But we'll go through setting up